Hey guys, welcome back to the Work Rubber podcast. Today we're going to be talking about Summer Fridays.
Take your guard and let it down, 'cause you can work wherever now.
What's up, guys? Welcome into the Work Wherever podcast. This podcast where we talk about AI, automation, the ability to work wherever so you can live every day like it is Saturday. And today's episode is a hotspot episode, but it's a special hotspot episode because we have Destiny here. So we have Sydney.
Hi.
We
I
also
like this chair.
This is a different chair,
more
right?
comfortable.
It is
For sure.
much more comfortable. That's the guest chair, typically.
Yeah, this one's not great.
So for the whole summer,
The co-host.
you will
chair
get
today.
to sit in the co-host chair.
Heck yeah.
Destiny gets
We
to sit.
can swap around. I feel
No, put
Ooh,
Destiny in the
okay.
corner. So it's a hotspot episode, which means we're going to go through the internet. We're going to pull out some trending articles. We're going to react to them, give our takes. Hopefully they're funny. Maybe they're educational. But we'll see. Those are our hotspot episodes. Then we have three other flavors of the show. We have the Roy's Rants, which is basically me putting on my tinfoil hat and going off on a specific topic. Some people like them, some people hate them. We have our homegrown episodes. That's with my wife, where we talk about more of a lifestyle type of podcast, where we talk about what work wherever means, how it applies to us, and our ability to homeschool our children. And then we have the traditional interview episodes, which we haven't done one of those in a while, but we have a couple scheduled. We typically try to do one of those a month, but it's been a while since we've done one of those.
Yeah.
So maybe we're due. We're due. But those are the four flavors. This one is a hotspot episode, and we're talking about... What are we talking about?
Summer Fridays.
Summer Fridays, which our Summer Fridays just started.
And Martha
We
Stewart.
just started. They're great. I love summer.
We've been doing Summer Fridays for... This is our third year doing it. Your second summer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Destiny's first summer.
Mm-hmm.
So last Friday was your first Summer Friday.
Yeah.
And, well, we kick it off Memorial Day.
Mm-hmm.
And we
Till Labor Day.
Till Labor Day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what did you guys do for your Summer Friday first? Before we get into like what is Summer Fridays, did you guys do anything special? Did you guys go somewhere?
I had a lot happening. I was just packing my apartment.
Oh, that's right.
and
You
getting
got
ready.
married.
I did get married over the
So
weekend.
that's pretty
I
special.
forgot that, and you did it.
I did. I married you.
Yeah, and Destiny the bridesmaid.
Destiny the bridesmaid.
One big happy family.
One
Look at
big
us.
happy
Here.
family.
We're
Well,
just hanging
yeah.
out.
I think that was fun.
What are some of the, that is definitely like a good use of a Summer Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you do, Destiny?
What
Did
did
you
I
go to
do?
a brewery?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I went to a brewery.
You went to a brewery?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
What brewery was it? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember
Didn't
what
make
it was
much of an impression on you.
called. Well, made kind of
For
a good
one reason or
impression.
another, you don't remember.
I don't remember what it was called. It was out by Orange County. It was really far.
Oh, like Charlottesville.
Yeah. It was really good, though.
There's a lot of good breweries
Yeah.
in Charlottesville.
There's a lot in downtown, too. But
In our general area,
Mhm.
there's a lot of breweries. I will say, Sid, that mic that you're sitting in, you're going to have to speak up a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah, just eat the mic.
Okay.
It's probably good. Yeah. But, yeah, there's a lot of good breweries around here. Wineries, too, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Virginia wine country is pretty good. It's not California.
no.
Still pretty good. Didn't you all go to a winery, though?
Yeah.
We did go to a winery. Our camera was dead, unfortunately, so we made a TikTok about
A
that
TikTok.
one.
TikTok.
Or I don't know, a reel or something. But yeah, we do have the camera, so we're gonna try and make that a series, I think, as well.
We're going to do it again.
Me and Destiny just going places
Yeah.
and working.
Throughout the summer, we can just
Right.
do Work Wherever Fridays, which will be essentially Summer Fridays. But are you guys going to do it on Fridays or just do it whenever you
Probably.
want?
Yeah, probably
It
just
depends
like a
on the week.
Thursday.
Yeah. Just take advantage of the Thursday. So we can actually have
a light
Summer Fridays.
Thursday.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, well, you guys will be here on Thursdays.
Okay, or
Okay, so
Wednesday,
Wednesday.
maybe.
Or
We're just
Monday
going
or
to get
something.
nothing done throughout the week.
That's fine. Productivity increases, though, when you work forever.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, you guys will do. So I did give you a Sony. We bought the Sony camera so we can do more like vlog style stuff. And you guys want to pay attention to that, or if that interests you, you can go to our YouTube page. That's where we're posting it, right?
Yeah.
That'll be youtube.com/@the capital presence. Why'd you laugh? You don't know what an ampersand is?
No, don't you remember last week you asked me and I said, how do you spell that?
Oh, you know what? It's not an ampersand.
I was
Because
gonna
the ampersand
say-
is the and sign.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
I think it's just an.
It's just
at.
the at sign. Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
know what it was.
The ampersand.
That's
yeah.
the fancy and.
The fancy and.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a few things that last podcast we just did was just Des and I. There was a few things that I learned that Des just doesn't.
Oh no.
It's a very
She's a baby.
I know. What was we were talking about some movie. I was trying to talk about
Yeah,
it.
The
God.
Social Network.
The Social Network. Do you know that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake. I love Justin Timberlake.
and Jesse Eisenberg.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse Eisenberg plays Zuckerberg, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And then Justin Timberlake is the guy
He's
who
Napster.
did Napster. Yeah.
Yeah. Great movie.
Well,
Apparently
I
not
guess
good enough for
I guess I'll have to watch it if everyone else loves
not
it.
good enough for
But you can't be on the Sydney and Roy movie podcast.
Yeah, that's at our own podcast. until you
Fine, guys.
until you get cool and hip with movies, then
On it.
do you
I
watch
know-
movies?
I know good movies.
Like what?
Good
What's
ones.
your favorite movie?
The Descendants.
What's
You
that?
probably are big onto the Descendants. My kids love the Descendants.
Oh,
That's
then
like the-
I don't know what
That's
that
like the
is.
Disney Channel
Disney
movie
princess.
about like the like the villains and like the
Man, what do you know about? Tell me about some
like
movies.
these.
Don't be mean to her.
You
I'm
know,
not being mean.
He's
Am I
always
being mean? I'm sorry. Des,
No,
why don't
not
you
mean.
talk about your
Giving you a
top
hard
5
time.
movies before we... I'm not trying to be mean.
I
Or put
like.
you on the spot, but I am trying to have
Okay.
got to get an understanding of what movies we can talk about here with you.
I like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
That's a great movie.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I like Legally Blonde.
Okay,
Okay,
we're at
I see
90s
the
movies so
vibe
far.
here.
Yeah.
I like House Bunny.
Well,
Have you guys
that's
seen
like
House Bunny?
2000s.
I don't know House
Okay,
Bunny.
this is very like consistent.
Uh-huh.
I'm seeing what
You know
like.
House Bunny?
Yeah, it has like Anna Faris, and she's like a house
Mhm.
mom in a sorority.
Okay.
So funny.
I don't know House Bunny.
It's so funny.
It sounds like the other two though. Sorority, House
Yeah.
Mom.
Like rom com. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like I would say like early mid 2000s.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What else you got?
Pretties.
We got. You give me 2 more.
Yeah. Hold on. 10 Things I Hate About You.
Okay.
That's
Very
more. That's more
similar.
90s movies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it 90s?
Oh,
I think it's
and-
late 90s, early 2000s.
Early.
And
Yeah.
Fool's
Yeah.
Gold.
Okay,
Fool's
so
Gold.
you like Matthew McConaughey, is what I'm gathering.
Failure
and,
to Launch. Is
and-
that a big one?
And
Yeah.
Kate Hudson.
Right.
Love Kate Hudson.
And Matthew McConaughey. That's what I
Yeah.
got from that.
Yep. Oh,
And
man.
Reese Witherspoon.
On Sundays, my roommate and I would just watch 90s movies all day.
Hey.
Aw.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Those are like all the movies I grew up with.
See, I'm not like
You
completely
like a rom-com,
clueless.
though.
Yeah.
I like rom com.
I tell you what, I had like a little mini shower a couple weeks ago with my family, and they were like playing games.
Mhm.
And one of the questions was, "What's Sydney's favorite movie?" And like everybody was stumped by it, and
I'm
I
trying
was
to
like,
think if
I don't
I
know,
know.
I don't really have one, but I did come up with.
We've definitely
my
talked about
favorite.
your favorite movies though on this.
Yeah, so a multitude of people thought it was The Christmas Story
Yeah.
or Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way. Yeah.
I guess I've made that known, but it is School of Rock.
Great movie.
I love that movie.
Jack Black.
I could quote the whole entire movie for you.
So good.
I love that movie.
Yeah, no, that's a solid movie. Do you know School of Rock? She went so
Destiny!
quiet.
No, I mean, I've heard of it. I've just never seen it in its entirety.
Oh my goodness.
It's Jack Black. Do you know who Jack Black
I know
is?
Jack Black.
He's the new Bowser in the Mario movie, which I'm sure you've seen.
No.
You haven't seen that?
No, but I...
You're in such a
Yeah.
weird generation. Like you're too old to like the Mario Descendants movies that
Right.
the younger kids are all up in arms and rave about.
So you would know like High School Musical.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, she's like, and that was like towards the end of when like I stopped watching Disney Channel, but that's like probably like
Yeah.
mid when she was.
Yeah.
Does that make
High
sense?
School Musical, yeah.
And I'm all about like Xenon. And,
Oh,
like,
Xenon
Brink.
was good.
Okay.
Okay, so we're finding
I got
Destiny.
she, like you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
She
right.
like caught
I
the
like
end of
Xenon.
that.
I don't know the Xena.
It's
Xenon?
good.
So the
In
Xenon?
space, yeah.
Oh, it's really good.
I know Xena, Warrior
No,
Princess.
not that.
I don't know Xenon.
No, not that. No.
Yeah, I,
I
don't know
showed
that
your
one.
kids Brink the first like when I first
Oh, I know
started.
Brink.
I know.
The
They loved
rollerblader.
it, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know all
I don't
about
wanna,
Brink.
They were giving me not lip, but they're like, we don't want to watch this. This is
They
boring.
always say that.
And they loved
And then
it.
they love it.
And they
yeah.
loved it.
Yeah.
I've shown them Brink before, which they've watched Brink. So if actually you
It
might
must
have
have been
introduced them to Brink.
after.
You might have introduced them to Brink. But I introduced them to Johnny Tsunami.
Love it.
Such a good movie. If you don't know it, you should watch
Okay,
it.
that's really sad.
Great movie.
So
I don't know
good.
that
Fantastic.
one.
Rip Girls was my favorite because it was also surfing.
Rip Girls is a good one.
Yeah, her name was Sydney, so I really liked it.
Okay.
I resonated.
All right.
It resonated. I really
well,
felt that.
add this all to your
Yeah.
your Summer Fridays repertoire when you're not at the bar. Of
Yeah,
course.
what the heck?
And
Yeah,
so
of
Summer
course.
Fridays for us, we do it Memorial Day to Labor Day.
Mm-hmm.
We have Friday off, and I'll say that in quotation marks because we're still on call. So if there ever is an emergency or something that we have to do for a client,
Yeah.
we obviously still do it, but we scrapped all internal meetings. So we don't have any internal meetings. It's basically a quiet day, which we've talked about potentially expanding it throughout the year.
So we did it last year.
Last year
like,
we did in December.
in December, yeah,
Yeah.
like holidays,
Right.
basically like Thanksgiving. I mean, so many people are out at that point too. Like,
Right.
I'm gonna take a long weekend to go
Mhm.
do this or whatever, and it just made sense.
Yeah, and we
it
got
worked.
just as much accomplished, if not more, and it opened up people to have those longer weekends. Good travel day,
Exactly.
work off your phone, work out of pocket kind of a thing. Productivity didn't decrease, which we track that through Azure DevOps, which is our project management tool where we run Agile and DevOps out of Azure DevOps. If you have Microsoft 365 Enterprise, I think is what it comes with, you have Azure DevOps. You just log in with your organizational. So I think it's AzureDevOps.com. Is that what it is?
I'm not sure what the actual.
I don't know
website
what
I
it
just
is
have
either.
it bookmarked. It is.
I have it
Azure,
bookmarked, too.
yeah.
I guess you just Bing.
It's essentially like a Kanban board,
It
right? To
is.
keep track of what your work. That's how we.
And you can organize it through DevOps. So you have
Mhm.
your epics, your themes for all my tech people out there, your stories, your themes, your epics. You can break it down into a backlog. You can plan your sprints. And then we don't do this, but you can hook it up to like GitHub, and you can run like repositories, and you can do like your code and all that other stuff through it.
Right.
We obviously don't do that,
Right.
but you could.
But that's how we work.
Yeah.
That's how we
And
keep
so
track
we
of
track.
our work. Yeah.
Right, we track our Summer Fridays, so we know that we're just as productive, if not more. In fact, the summer is it's our busy season, right? You've heard me say that
Yeah.
once,
Yeah.
maybe
A lot.
a lot. So summer's our busy season. So we do Summer Fridays during our busy season just to show how good we are at this. So Summer Fridays have kicked off. What's the article saying about Summer Fridays, Des? Well, first
there's
off, where is
two.
this from? The first article. Let's go over both of them, but what's the first one you got
they're
pulled
pretty
up?
big places, I think.
Inc.
Inc.com.
Inc.com.
And then
Inc.com.
there should be a Bloomberg, I think. one.
Yeah, and then there is a Bloomberg.
They're
Yeah.
both about a similar topic.
Yeah. Work
Okay.
from Anywhere is from Bloomberg, and then does your hybrid workplace have Summer Fridays from Inc.com?
So what's the article? Read me this.
The highlight.
The highlights.
All right. Well, there isn't really any highlights, but I'll just read you the first paragraph.
Okay, read me
Is
the
the
first
sun
paragraph.
setting on Summer Fridays?
Sun setting. So they're
Yeah.
saying don't do it.
Yeah, but no, it's
Well,
not.
they're asking.
Oh, they're asking. Okay.
Didn't you hear me
Spoiler
say?
alert. Sorry.
The Lunch Chair's seasonal perk could become another post-pandemic thing of the past as more companies embrace a hybrid approach to being in the office. Already, some younger founders see Summer Fridays as an increasingly outdated concept in a work-from-home world.
That's
Well-
like wild to me because I feel like it's not outdated at all. Like
Right.
if anything, it's a new thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like there's not enough organizations who are doing it.
No.
1,000%. And like anytime I'm like, oh, it's a summer Friday, like, you know, to my husband or whatever, he like.
Yeah, you
I
said
know.
husband.
I know. I thought about it. Like
You're like,
before.
what should I say?
But he like is always like, that's so stupid. Like, but he's also in the office every day.
They go
He's like,
into the
it's
office.
so dumb.
Why does he think it's
Because
dumb?
he's bitter.
Because he's jealous.
You think that's what it
I
is?
tell him. Because you're jealous. I mean,
Yeah.
he still doesn't understand like the whole work remotely thing either. He thinks I like I don't know what he thinks I do all day, but
Really?
yeah.
What is he? So like, I know that we've had this conversation before about like your grandma and stuff, and them not understanding how you work
Right.
or where you work or anything like that.
Yeah.
Which I totally understand that from like an older generation to
Right.
be like, oh, where do you go into the like where do you commute? And you're like,
Right.
well, I don't. And
no,
they're like,
he
what?
knows I work for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, he just thinks I have like all the free time in the world. Also, I think.
Well,
Which,
yeah,
Okay, you do have
you
more
do
time.
a little bit.
Honestly,
Right.
like yeah, okay, I like mopped the floors earlier
Yeah.
today.
Right.
It like took me a second, but like yeah, because I have time to do that, and I got my stuff done beforehand, and I dragged it on my little Azure DevOps board,
Right.
and then I came over. So, yeah,
See,
It-
for those of you who are in the office, so Presidential Exteriors, I'm gonna call you guys out real quick. So if you guys don't know about Presidential Exteriors, I'll give them a plug. We'll give them a plug, right? PresidentialExteriors.com. It's my brother's company.
yeah,
So check them out. I think they're top 100 in the country with exterior remodeling, GAF, and all that stuff. If you need a roof or windows or whatever, and you're in the Washington D.C. area, call my brother.
Right. Which my husband works for.
Yes.
Yes.
So Evan will come by. He'll hook you up.
Also,
right?
your brother.
Also, my brother-in-law works. It's just hey, we keep it close circles over here.
Yeah. Right. I
Okay?
know Destiny from my old job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
We're
Nope.
all intertwined.
Northern Virginia is all just one big family.
Sometimes I'll explain that to people, and they're like, "That sounds weird."
Right.
I'm like, "It kind of is."
If you're
Kind
from,
of actually
It's
is
a little
We're way
weird.
too close to that family.
Right.
I'm like, eh.
yeah, you know, it's fine. It's fine. It's not weird at all.
It's fine.
No, they're great people.
I always tell
so
people
don't
Northern
mind.
Virginia is a small town if you're from here, which both you're from here.
Yeah.
So
Right.
there's like that, what's it called? The 6 degrees of whatever.
Oh,
Yeah,
separation,
yeah,
the
yeah.
Kevin
Yeah.
Bacon thing.
Right, Kevin Bacon. I
Like,
feel
I
like,
would be so good at. I'm so good at that game.
are you?
Oh yeah.
I feel like we could play
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I feel like you could pick anybody in Northern Virginia and play the 6 degrees of person from Northern Virginia who was born here, raised here, stayed here,
Right.
and there's a tie.
yeah.
I-
I don't know.
I see
You
that.
know what
in
that
Northern
is,
Virginia.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
My
Kevin
mom talks
Bacon would
about
be
it all
like
the time.
Kevin Bacon and like
Yeah.
Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
I'm like
know?
that person who like I'll see some like obscure character in a TV show and I'm like I know what they're from, and
Me
I like
too.
cannot relax until
Me
I know
too.
what they're from.
My wife hates it. I sit there and
I
on
also-
Wikipedia the cast.
I also just ruin the ending of shows for myself.
I look them.
I
up.
look
Yeah.
them up and I
Yeah.
still watch it.
Right. I'm
I'll
like,
still
oh, I
watch
already know
the
what's
whole
gonna
thing.
happen.
But,
Yeah.
Right. Evan's like, how do you know that? I'm like, I don't know.
I just googled it. They're like, it is the second
Why
episode.
do you do that?
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
it's still
so-
exciting for me, but like I just don't. I don't know. Sometimes I can't wait.
Yep, I'm exactly
I
the
just
same
did that
way.
with Manifest.
I did it with we're watching Nashville, which
Hmm.
came out years ago, but I already know what happened. Like, yeah.
That's
Are you watching
so
Nashville?
boring.
It's not
No.
boring though, because
I
I don't know
don't-
how we get there. I just know what's gonna happen.
Right.
That's
Like I
so
will
not
go
fun.
on Wikipedia and look where you can like sort by episodes and just read the
Yeah.
summary of every episode
Yeah.
until the end.
You guys are the worst.
No, it's
It's still exciting
such
to
less
watch.
stressful because I know who
Right.
to invest my emotions
Exactly.
into.
I'm
That's
never
it.
stressed.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
Like I know, I'm like, all right, that character's cool, whatever, but he or she dies in 4 seasons, so I'm not going to really care that much about them early on in the show.
right. Like I like
Right.
surprises, but I also don't.
I don't like
They're
surprises.
taking me out of town in a couple of weeks,
Yeah.
and I'm so stressed out. I don't know where we're
You
I'm
don't
going.
know where
so
you're going.
stressed
I have
out.
no clue. I
Make
made
sure it's on a Friday.
it is.
It is on a
weekend.
There you
Friday.
go. Summer Fridays. You guys just
Yeah.
up and took away. You guys are going to bring your computers? You're like, no,
Yeah, I'm not
taking
working
off.
that day.
Right? You're like, no way.
I will be unresponsive that weekend.
Right.
Thank you.
That's okay. That's respect.
Yeah.
But you can. So the whole point of this, what we're getting into, is you can be just as productive
Yes.
in a 4-day work week as you can in a 5. In fact, I think there are countries who have implemented this. It's kind of new in America. We have this like blue collar mentality, roll your sleeves
Right.
up and do things. That's kind of like the thought process behind the American culture of work. At least it has been. And I am by no means like of this like socialist ideology where it's like, ooh, let's just be fluid in the way we work, and you know,
Right.
that's not. I believe that people need to work hard, and you need to bust your ass, and you need to put in your dues, and you know, I am more a blue collar than I am, you know, progressive, way more.
Right. And I think a lot of people are under the impression too, like, oh, like you're just working 4 days a week. Like I'm not gonna work 4 days a week
Right.
and like get paid for 4 days a week. Well, it's like no,
Right.
you're doing it wrong then. Like you're doing 5 days of work in 4 days. If
Right.
anything, like that's my argument for it is it's making you more productive.
For sure.
Because I'm like, oh, it's an incentive. I have a Friday.
It's a
basically.
benefit.
I have a Friday that I could have off. I better make sure all of my stuff is done beforehand.
Right.
Basically.
Absolutely. That's 1000% what it is. It's a benefit, right?
Right.
So it is. And now we have toyed with, and we haven't had to do this with anybody, but we have said, Haley and I, Haley's our CEO and my wife, she said that work from home is a benefit privilege.
Right.
So if you're not showing up, you're not getting your things done, we can easily say, hey, you're in the office, right? You have to work. And by in the office, I don't mean like you got to go to Tyson's.
Come to my house.
Right, you know, come over, go to Tyson, sit by yourself. You're in timeout. No, it's just you have to. We will have more meetings. We'll ping you. You're not going to have summer Fridays. If we
Sure.
we do this like on call, which it kind of sucks for Sarah a little bit because she's like the first line of defense in terms of on call as our support tech.
Right.
So it's like any support ticket that comes in.
I will say, like, having that job is it's great.
What?
Just
Sarah's?
for us as a company.
Oh yeah,
It has freed up our developers
for sure.
so much.
Oh yeah, we've been able to get a lot more accomplished, and our dev boards show it.
And she's learning fast.
She's learning fast for sure. No, but that's great. And we're growing that. That's going to become a division of our support desks. We're definitely growing that out. She was definitely like a trial position to see like,
Right.
do we need this? Because we have devs, we have BAs.
Everybody needs help with the same thing.
Same
you see,
repeatable
like,
actions.
every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why we're building. So we don't believe in AI in terms of external communications.
Right.
So we don't want our customers using bots, but we are building bots internally where Sarah and the next couple of the support desk team will use the bots to look at historical data to say, hey, what was that thing that we did to solve that problem that one time? And then that will help the queue, which when we're talking about you're on call on Summer Friday, that's going to help you even more so that you can get back to whatever the hell you guys do on your Summer Fridays.
All sorts of things.
All
I
sorts.
think this Friday I just want to, like, sit on my couch.
I don't blame you.
I'm so
Yeah.
exhausted.
I bet.
Put my foot up.
Your
my
new,
foot up,
your new
just
married
my
self
foot.
with your new last
my
name.
twisted ankle foot. Yeah, and just chill out.
No more putting together washing machines.
I'm done. I'm 100% done with that house.
I don't blame you.
No, I, like, actually.
Oh, you're done.
finished,
Not
yeah.
like
I
I'm
finished.
emotionally done.
No, I, like, don't stop until I'm done.
Okay.
When it comes to stuff like that, I can't function in, like, a messy space.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
I'm like, I will, like, I think, like, the first night I was up till, like, 4 a.m. And,
Yeah.
like, I'm just, like, I get on a kick and then I, like, keep going until I'm done.
Okay. I mean, I am not 100% like that. I have waves like that where I get like,
The problem is I'll get my wave at, like, midnight.
yeah, me too. Well, I think we've had that conversation before. Where
Yeah.
we're night people. I don't go to
Yeah.
bed till like 2 a.m. like regularly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think 2 a.m. last night. But I
Are you a morning person?
I mean, I'm not necessarily a morning person, but I like
You
to
get
go to
up
bed
early.
early. And I like to get up early.
How do you go to bed early, but then you don't? But you're not a morning person.
I don't really
So
want to
you
be.
sleep
I don't really
in,
want to be
too?
chit chatted with in the morning. No, I get up early.
What's early?
I get up at like 7.
That's early for me.
That's early for you too.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
I
time do
get
you
up
get up?
Like 8:45.
What do you get? Like 4 hours of sleep?
What time do I get up?
Yeah.
I usually go to bed between 1 and 2 o'clock, and I'll get up. So I haven't set an alarm in 4 years.
Yeah.
So
I can't do that.
I don't set an alarm.
I would sleep until 11:30.
Yeah.
in the
So
in the morning.
naturally, I get up between 7:30 and 8:15.
That's really not
That's-
that bad.
that's not
That's
bad.
pretty good.
Yeah. So I get what
you
is
get,
that?
like,
5
6
hours?
hours.
5 6
Yeah.
hours?
Bad.
Yeah. What do you really need? You
8?
know?
Well,
8 for
I would say
what?
I'd never. I get actually a good amount of sleep.
I get like 7 to 8.
Whoa, you guys just said that exact jinx, right? Oh my god.
Yeah, I get like 7 to 8. It depends. Like last night, I got 8.
That's
really
solid. Solid.
That's really
My
good.
app that I have, we have the First Form app. This is not an ad for First Form, although if you don't have the First Form app, go check them out. And I believe it asks the question, 7 hours, which I just checked that I got 7 hours. I don't know that I did. I'm gonna lie to my app and say that I did get 7 hours.
True.
Because I don't think that I did. I think last night well, no, I definitely did not get 7 hours of sleep.
Mm-mm.
Most nights I don't.
I was cruising
Really?
on like 3 the other day.
I can function pretty good off of 3 to 4 hours of sleep.
I can
Oh.
function like if it's something important is
I
happening.
gotta drink
but,
energy
like,
drinks. I'm drinking a
Right.
First Form energy drink right now, which I get a subscription to these sent to I get 24 of these sent to the house.
What is that one? That one's a new one.
Yeah, it's Citrus Blast.
Yeah, I had that one.
It's pretty good.
It's good.
What is it
Yeah.
like Sprite? Tastes like Sprite maybe?
a little bit. Yeah.
I like the orange one.
The orange one are sold out. That's why we had to get this.
Tastes like orange soda, which did you see they're making a second Good Burger?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
With Keenan and Kel.
really?
Yeah.
I'll
Have
have
you
to,
seen that?
We'll have to pick a Summer Friday to go check that out because
No.
She's never seen Good Burger. That was probably before
That was
you,
way before
all
you.
that.
yeah,
You ever watch all that?
that's way
She was
before.
more
you.
like Drake.
All that.
More like Drake and Josh time frame.
Yeah.
So you probably don't watch Saturday Night Live.
No,
Who
but I know
watches
what it
Saturday Night
is.
Live anymore? I used to. then it
Saturday
started
Night
to
Live.
suck.
Well, yeah, but it's more of like
Well,
seen. I
yeah.
feel like it's more seen as like an older person's show now, kind of like those late night talk shows. When I was younger, Saturday Night Live, like, and when I say younger, I mean like 12, 13, 14. You watched Saturday Night Live, which there was
Okay, so
another
it-
thing.
But you had like Adam Sandler.
Oh, it was
and, like,
hilarious.
Will
Chris-
Ferrell,
yeah,
you had,
yeah.
like,
That's funny.
Chris Rock,
Yeah,
Chris Farley,
Chris Farley.
David Spade, all.
It was
those people.
hilarious. Chris Farley was one of my favorite, and so they had Saturday Night Live, and then alternatively you had all that, and then you had Mad TV.
Yeah, I watched something the other day, and like Mad TV would not fly today.
No way. Mad TV was super. Like it didn't
Miss
last
Swan,
very
remember
long.
Miss Swan?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Super racist. Really. In today's day. At the time, it was
Right.
hilarious. Nobody
Right,
really thought
but
twice
that's
about
like
it.
that goes back to like the
Sketch
same
comedy.
thing. That's why everybody's getting canceled today because like at some point like it that was the humor back then,
Right.
Which didn't make it right, but
It was sketch
generally
comedy.
accepted.
Yeah.
It's still funny.
I thought Miss Swan was hilarious. So Summer Fridays, I think it's super productive. In fact, we won Washington Business Journal's Best Place to Work again. We're top 5. We're back in the top 5.
Yeah. That was
So we were
fun.
number 3 in 2021. We were number 6 last year. Fell out of the top 5. And then this year we were number 5.
Number 5.
So we're back in the top 5. But one of the questions that they asked, and you guys are the ones who take the survey. I don't really take it, although they do ask me questions too, but I'm sure yours are different than mine.
Right.
They put a big deal on Summer Fridays this year. In
Did
fact, yeah. And then at the event, they made mention of that.
Mm.
Yeah, the guy who was speaking, he was like, "We're looking. This is Quantum Workplaces, which they do the surveys nationwide. So for all the different cities of all the best places to work, they are the ones who run the surveys of like workplace engagement. And they said,
I think they do Inc.coms.
I think they do Inc.coms as well.
Pretty
They're like a
sure.
big workplace place. So that Inc.com article
Yeah.
probably references quantum workspaces and the trends.
Maybe.
And prior to COVID, so 5 years ago, the big trend was, what do you have to office perk? Like kegs, ping pong tables.
Kegs.
Seriously. You guys don't remember, you guys weren't working for us at the time, but our office in Tyson's, we had a keg tap.
Really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Well, I went the other day, and they're like, "It's happy hour this week. Like, you're gonna be there." I was like, "No, probably not." But
Well, they did it all
they
the
do
time.
have like a whole coffee bar, which is super nice.
They have a coffee bar.
like. It's
Yep,
a really
they had
nice
a
one,
video
too.
game room for us.
Mhm.
They had ping pong tables. They had a basketball, like one of those shooting arcade
Right.
things. They had like a picnic table outdoors. They have cafes downstairs. They had a childcare place downstairs in the main level.
Mm.
They had a dry cleaner. So it was seen as like these amenities.
Right.
And that's what workers wanted like 5 years ago. It was like, well, if I'm going to go to the office better be badass for me to go to, right? It wasn't like thought of that I could just work from home all the time. Sure, people had like work from home like 1 or 2 days a week, and that was seen as like, oh, that's so great. You know, wow, you get to work from home like on Fridays. Oh man, that must be nice. You know, and that has shifted post COVID to be like, how many days do you have to go in the office? And that was one of the questions, and one of the points that the Quantum Workplaces made was Summer Fridays is the next wave. It's that next benefit that everybody cares about, whereas before it was like, you know, health insurance, what's the office look like, 401k, I'm trying to think of some other benefits out there, but the 401k match I feel like is the last big one.
Right. I was the most when I first took this job.
You cared about 401k? What did you care
Well, I
about?
did need a 401k,
Yeah.
but no, I was excited for Summer Fridays.
I
That
feel
was
like everybody
That
is.
was the one I like told everybody.
Right.
Number one, I get to work from home, but number
Right.
2, Summer Fridays.
And I feel like
Like
that's
nobody
what
else
everybody
cares
talks about.
about my 401k, but they care about like Summer Fridays.
Right, that's like a parent question.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like your parents are like, "Oh, that's great. Do you have health insurance?"
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like yeah,
I
we got
didn't
that.
ask that one.
We do have health insurance. Yes.
I do. Yeah.
We have health, vision, dental, 401k with a 4% match, which I think is pretty good. We do offer life insurance now. So we have all these other benefits. But our big one is Summer Fridays, for sure. And that's whenever we say that, people are like, "Oh, I want that. Work from home and Summer Fridays, so I'll have 4-day work weeks. Wow, I want that." So Quantum made that as saying like that's the trend set for the next 2 to 3 years is going to be more 4-day work weeks. Still to be seen, of course.
Yeah, so what did they say, Destiny? I'm surprised still that they said that it was old news.
Well, let me keep going.
Yeah,
Okay,
please.
Thanks, sorry.
Typically implemented during a 3-month period between Memorial Day and Labor Day, summer
Yeah.
Fridays allow all employees to leave a few hours early on Friday afternoons to get a jump on their weekends.
So they're saying early Fridays.
Right, not even.
So they leave early.
Yeah,
Like half day. Half day
Oh.
Fridays.
We
we just have not.
we just don't do
So
it.
screw it.
Okay,
The
interesting.
benefit is thought to have been around since the 1960s, when the Mad Men era advertising agencies closed up shops early so executives could beat the traffic on the way home to their weekend homes. Summer Fridays have since morphed into something of an American tradition. Before the pandemic, more than half of employees in North America, 55%, offered the perk, according to a 2019 survey from the consulting and research firm Gartner.
Gardner. Yeah. Gardner's a huge firm. So that's very different Summer Fridays than what we are talking
I
about.
never heard of anybody having half day on Friday.
Me either.
Honestly.
I've never
I like
heard
government maybe. Like you always see it's Friday.
You can't do that though. In a government setting, if you give more than an hour off, you can't do it. It counts as administrative leave. So to combat administrative leave in the government, they'd give you 59 minutes off. So say, yeah, you can have 59. You can leave 59 minutes early because anything over an hour has to go through like the whole approval administrative leave. Yeah,
Funny.
That's so silly.
it is silly. Yeah, but that's true. Yeah. So okay, well,
Yeah.
what's that graph? That graph you have there?
I'll pop it in.
Minimum days.
Yeah, you'll pop that into the. You'll bring that into the recording.
Maybe.
Maybe we'll see how important this
If I
graph
remember.
is.
Okay, so it says minimum days, how many, and then it says the days of the week, and then or days per week, and then it says percent of companies with minimum days/week requirements.
In the office. Minimum days of what?
That would make sense.
Yeah, that's what I.
Well, what does that sub thing say?
Or
The
just
little
days of
subtext.
work.
It just says the source, Flex Index,
Okay.
employee surveys, and publicly available data on companies with min days per week.
Okay. And what's the numbers?
5% day 1, 41% day 2, 50% day 3, and 4% day 4. 4 days.
Huh. Like I guess that's how much work they're getting done.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna assume.
So Mondays and Thursdays aren't getting a lot of work done, and Tuesdays and Wednesdays are.
Mondays are really high productivity.
I feel like I do a lot on Thursdays
Really?
Right.
because I want to do less on
I feel like I do
Fridays.
a lot on-
Wednesdays is your big day?
Yeah, 'cause I
Wednesdays.
come up here on Thursdays, and I feel
That's
like,
true.
Yeah.
not that I
Wednesdays
don't get
and
anything done,
Thursdays.
but I also have to like drive.
Yeah, there's definitely that added commute. Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Well, that's an interesting graph. So it's saying Tuesdays are the most productive day of the week.
Wednesdays.
Wednesdays are the most productive day of the week. Right.
That
Because
makes
Monday.
sense. You're in the
Okay.
thick of it.
Right.
All right. Cool. All right. Well, yeah. Anything else we
So
want to
what
go
did
over
the
on
end
this?
say?
Yeah. Read the last paragraph.
What's the
Scroll all the way down. Give
What's
me the
answer to their
conclusion.
Look,
question?
another graph.
What does that graph say?
This graph says specific days. Which days? Then it
What does
says-
that mean?
Oh, it says
There's
Monday,
only-
yeah, Monday 24% of companies. I don't really know what that means.
That are like giving the day
We're-
off or
We're
something?
not popping these graphs.
We're not popping these
I don't
graphs.
think any so.
Yeah. Okay. Just read the summary
Back
and
to the-
let's move on
back
to
the
Martha.
last paragraph.
We still have another article too
Yeah.
Do we?
about yeah. Well, I want to see if maybe
gonna be
they're
a
the
long
same
one.
thing.
All right. So
Comes in for a treat today.
there's no official early dismissal time, but Fridays are marked off as meeting free day that the
Yeah, that's what
team
we
can
do.
use for travel if they like.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
That's basically what the paragraph says.
Okay. Yeah. That's what we do as opposed to the what was the other one? They said ad men. So the ad men were have you seen the show Mad Men?
No.
You've seen Mad Men.
Yeah.
Okay. So Mad Men is about ad men. So ad men was like the advertisers, the people in the advertising industry that were like it was seen as like this like sexy job, right? Which when I was little I wanted to be in advertising.
Yeah.
But that's what an ad man was. So for them to leave early,
To beat traffic.
so they
For
can
summer homes.
they can get out
Summer
to the
homes
Hamptons.
is so laughable now.
Yeah.
For me, anyways.
So what is it?
It's just the concept of a summer home.
A summer home?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
We could do
A
it.
real home would be nice.
Oh, I mean, we could, as
A
in
first
like
home would be nice.
people who are working remote. You could live wherever the hell you want. I have a friend who actually he worked for Twitch. He doesn't work for Twitch anymore. He works for a
Twitch.
startup now. He helped found the startup, and his company. So Twitch is a California-based company. This new company that he works for is California-based, and he lived around here because he was working for Twitch out of the Arlington campus, and he just bought a house in Colorado. He's like,
Oh.
I'm just gonna go move. We're just gonna go,
Heck,
and he
yeah.
keeps his house in Virginia as rented, and then he has a lake house in Virginia that he's gonna start renting, and he just up and moved to California. He's gonna rent out in Colorado. He's like, yeah, we'll just see what happens. We homeschool, so you know,
for him.
why not? Yeah, I was
That's-
like,
It's perfectly lead into our next article.
oh, is it? Come on, Martha, let's see what you got.
Work from anywhere. Now, this is the Bloomberg article.
You know why
This
they
is
said
the
work
other-
from
this is the
anywhere and
other
not work
Summer
wherever?
Friday one
Because they're not as cool?
Because it's trademarked.
Oh.
by
Yeah,
us,
work wherever is
actually.
trademarked.
Yeah. So, basically what I just said, it's cool.
TM, you know?
Yeah, trademarked. You got that one.
trademarked, Yep.
Mhm.
Proceed, please.
For sure. Okay. Work from anywhere weeks are a vacation from return to office push.
And this is who?
This is Bloomberg.
Bloomberg.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, over 42 million Americans are expected to travel Memorial Day weekend, kicking off what's set to be a record-breaking summer. This year, though, pricey airfare isn't the only obstacle for those looking for a change of scene. Stricter return-to-office rules have curbed the freedom for many white-collar workers that they have enjoyed before being called back to their desks. Jeez, took a lot out of me.
You struggle.
I know. I wasn't good.
I got it, though.
Cool. I'm glad because I really didn't want to reread that.
You were, like, pretty nervous reading that. It's
Well,
okay.
I mean, I was going and then
You're
like,
like,
It's her first time
I know.
behind the camera.
She's doing great. You're doing
behind
great.
the desk, anyway.
Keep it up, Des.
thanks.
So what it's saying is it's supposed to be a record-breaking year, probably because everybody's been locked in their houses for the last 2.5 years.
Right.
And now this is probably the first summer that universally, regardless of where you land on the political spectrum, things are back to normal.
Everybody's back in mask though today.
Oh yeah.
I don't even want to get into that because it is so stupid.
I have the funniest TikTok to show you actually.
Oh my gosh.
I liked so many ones yesterday. They were so funny.
I
So,
have a really funny one. To
What
show
we're
you.
talking about there, for those of you who are listening, there are Canadian
Memorial
wildfires.
Yeah, this article's from like 2 weeks ago.
This article is?
Yeah, like right before Memorial Day, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would assume so.
The Canadian wildfires have blown smoke really into New York. New York is totally
Like
different.
orange.
It's
like
orange.
that
Yeah.
color.
Yeah.
A little
We're in
apocalyptic
DC,
looking.
and it is like a light haze out.
It's still weird. It looks like something's on fire in the distance.
Yeah.
It looks like somebody's barbecuing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And people are like running around masking up and locking themselves.
Here?
It's like, oh my gosh.
Have you seen people here?
The call that I was on this morning, people were talking about how they couldn't breathe, and it's like, you guys are ridiculous.
Maybe in like New York. Because it's
They're
like,
in-
it is
they're in
literally
Virginia.
orange in New York. So
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, I was like, you guys you're killing me. You're killing me
Yeah.
here. Not everything on the news is a big deal. Anyways, let's get into it before I like totally go off.
Anyways, so let's see. The so-called work from anywhere weeks are still relatively uncommon, according to Rob Sato, the chief executive officer of Scoop Technologies Incorporated, a firm that tracks remote work policies at over 4,000 companies. But recently, a handful of big-name companies have so far adopted the policy, from top financial services firms like American Express, Visa, MasterCard, and tech giants like Alphabet Incorporated to small startups.
Google.
You're right.
Employers like Patagonia and even the government-sponsored mortgage like Freddie Mac. Let's
Interesting.
see.
It got real boring at the end.
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
It got real
Ugh.
boring. right
The
there.
idea-
Is Freddie Mac still a thing or Fannie Mae?
Fannie Mae, I think so. I want to say we have student loan. I don't have student loans, but I think there are
Yeah.
student loans. I don't have any student loans. I'm not.
Good
I'm
for
done.
you.
I'm done with those. Yeah. Not that I ever had them.
Aren't
I
you
had real
special?
prospects at one point, like a few months ago, when they said that they were going to be like, you know.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
we were
Abolished.
talking
Yeah,
about
no,
that.
they're gone. Yeah, that was just a little carrot at the end of the stick for you voters out there.
For you
Yeah,
voters.
y'all got
I
su-
mean,
y'all got
right.
suckered.
Look.
Yeah, yeah. Hey,
I
we're
don't
gonna
support it, but I will.
we're
take
gonna run on a
advantage.
thing that will never pass. But give
I
us
will
the vote.
take advantage.
Yeah. So yeah, 4-day work weeks.
Yeah.
It sounds like a lot of financial institutions were doing it. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought he was more privy to tech, which is why we do it.
Well, it makes sense. You said
They
like
said Alphabet.
Patagonia.
Yeah.
Patagonia makes sense.
That makes sense. But
Yeah.
Google just made like a huge push to have people come back into the office.
We just did a podcast talking about Meta.
Yeah.
Before you
Okay.
got here, we recorded a separate podcast, and
Yeah.
that one was about Meta making their people go back 3 days a week.
yeah.
and-
Well, I think Google.
Yeah, Alphabet
So-
did it,
Okay, yeah.
which
But like Patagonia makes sense. Like that's an outdoor company, I would think. Like
right, go outside.
right?
Yeah. Can you Google to see if Microsoft is bringing their people back, or Bing it for my Microsoft people out there? Because this 4-day work week, I think I feel like the way that that's talking about that, the organizations they named were like, if you're back in the office, summer Fridays, where people leaving the office, right?
Yes.
Beat traffic.
Is.
They're sending people back for how when?
Well, it just says yes.
It just says yes.
I googled it, so I can start.
It's just a yes.
Just Google
Yes,
it.
yes.
Yes.
You don't need any other information. Yes, they have employees. Okay. Well, no context there.
Hold on, I'm reading.
All right.
Oh, by the end of the month.
June?
Well, let me see when this article was published. You ask a lot of questions.
Well, I need to know what it. I'm
Oh.
not Googling
Whoa,
or Binging
whoa, whoa.
like you.
That was last year.
This was last year. Okay. When? In like October?
February.
February of last year? 2022? So the people are coming back. That's
I'm
like
sure
probably
they are.
post-COVID.
I'm sure they are same as everybody else.
I don't know that they are. And the reason why...
Microsoft?
Yeah, the reason why I say that is because they're winning right now.
It's true.
Everybody else is struggling. This was the whole premise of that podcast we talked about, so you guys can go listen to it and understand what it is that I was actually talking about. But I think that this is the people coming back. I think it's going to lead to more layoffs, and I think it has a lot to do with shareholders appeasing to the board and the shareholders who are generally older to be like, hey, we are making changes. We're doing something. Our numbers suck. Our numbers are down. We're doing something. So but to stay on topic as to what we're talking about, this Bloomberg, I don't separate being in the office and 4-day work weeks. I don't lump those together. Rather, those are two separate topics to me. You don't have to be in the office to have summer Fridays or to have a 4-day work week. You can do this full remote too. It's the idea behind it is you don't have meetings.
You don't have meetings.
Right.
It's a privilege.
It is a privilege for sure.
And you can be just as effective in 4
For sure.
days as if you were.
Yeah. And if you don't believe us, then go get a tool that can track your productivity, like we use Azure DevOps.
Right. It's the same concept as like procrastination, right? For
Yeah.
a freaking book report
Yep.
or something in high school.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait till the last minute, but like I'm not gonna stop until it's done.
Right. So if we moved the day early, so it's like, oh yeah, your book report's due on Friday. Okay, well then we say, no, just kidding, it's due on Thursday. Then now you're no longer procrastinating until Thursday to write it. Now you write it on Wednesday.
Right.
But oh, by the way, the teacher still thinks that it's due on Friday. So anyone who comes in on
I
late
need all my
on Friday,
stuff
you're good.
done
Yeah.
on this day.
Right. Makes total sense. So way to go, Bloomberg and Inc. for reporting on this. 4-day work week is definitely a thing. Those are all our articles, right? Yeah. Great.
Martha Stewart.
Oh, we're talking about Martha?
Wait, I mean we can't.
I gotta pee. I'm drinking a gallon of water a day.
That's wild.
I only have
to me.
2 days left of 75 hard.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You did it in 75 days? Well, 73.
So I'm
I
in
thought you were
phase
on day
1.
30 something.
Yeah.
So I've already done 75 hard.
Right.
So this is phase 1, which is for 30 days.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I'm on day 28.
Mm.
Yeah. So I'm like, this is 3/4 of a. Actually, here.
I drink like half a water bottle.
That's
a day.
3/4 of a gallon. So I'm gonna
And
go. You
coffee.
guys can talk about Martha Stewart, and I'm gonna go, and I'll be right back. How about
Okay,
that?
that's
All right.
fine.
We'll see what you guys come up with.
Right. Destiny, you probably know of Martha Stewart for like, because she's friends with like Snoop Dogg.
Sorry,
I
I kicked your camera.
don't think she's using that one.
What?
As you probably know Martha Stewart for like
freaking
being
hell,
friends
boy.
with
Sorry.
Snoop Dogg, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she went to jail for a while,
Oh.
of like a long time. I think for like tax evasion or something like that. But yeah, my grandma used to call me Martha Stewart when I was little, and I remember when it like all happened. She was like on the phone with her friend or something, and she's like, Martha Stewart's in big trouble, and I'm like over in the other room, like, what did I do?
That is
And
hilarious.
she's like, not you.
Not you. You're not in trouble.
But anyway, she's in the news recently because she is like on some sort of rampage against remote work and doesn't want America to go down the drain. But in the same like last 2 weeks also, she had a big, interview about retirement. She's like, well, why can I do everything? Like, I can do it laying down. I can do work, I can do all this stuff, like, no matter what. So
it's like, what do you really think?
Right, it's the same concept.
Right.
Right, so if you can, write your book or dictate something from your bed, I think
then
that's what she said.
Why can't you work from home?
Why can't you work from home? Exactly.
America's not going down the drain.
I don't know.
It's fine.
It's just funny to see, like, all these celebrities who,
Yeah.
like, aren't really in an office anyways
Right.
to say, that they're against remote work.
Right. I know
When
what you
they're
mean.
the ones who
was
literally
fast.
travel the world, right, and do their job wherever.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nice of you to join us.
Yeah.
I ran. I literally sprinted.
Are you sweating?
I might be. That might count as my workout although it wasn't 45 minutes.
It wasn't.
It wasn't.
It was, like, literally 1 minute.
Maybe 45 seconds.
Maybe.
But-
So what did I miss about Martha?
We were just
Well, I
overviewing.
gave her a brief history
Yeah.
on how she went to prison for a while.
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
No,
a
I
brief
didn't know she went
stint
to
in prison. Now
Okay.
she's on cooking shows with Snoop Dogg or something.
Yeah. I did
Yeah,
know
that's
that.
weird.
Yeah, they're like the best of friends.
Very weird
Yeah.
that they're
I
friends.
mean,
What?
whatever.
Snoop Dogg is known for like smoking weed and rap, obviously, but he's like the weed guy, right?
It's like the weed guy.
Right.
I think he owns a cannabis
Probably.
He's a wine.
He does have one.
distributor. He has a wine.
He
Yeah.
has faces on. You've never seen that?
No.
At
Oh my
the grocery
gosh.
store?
Yeah.
It's like Snoop Dogg wine.
No, I don't
Yeah.
drink Snoop Dogg wine.
You should
Well, it's
try
like
it.
how,
You should
it's like,
try
I
it.
feel like it's always next to like the 99 Crimes or is that
Yeah.
what it's called. Yeah.
What? 99 Crimes?
That's not his wine.
I'll
That's a
Google it
different-
for
yeah,
you.
yeah,
I'll
Google
Bing
it.
it for you.
There
We'll
you
pop
go.
a picture
Keep
up
the
with that for
keep
him.
the not sponsors because they're not our sponsor. Keep the partners happy.
But yeah, we were just saying how she was bashing remote work, some sort of rampage, how America is going to go down the drain when, okay, first of all, you're the one to talk.
She's Martha freaking
Second
Stewart
of
who
all-
like went to prison for what? Financial
Tax evasion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Second of all, she just gave like a contradicting interview about like about retiring. She's like, well, I can do everything like while I'm like laying in bed. So
Right.
okay, same concept.
So
But also like
this?
she's
Huh?
a
Can you
see
celebrity,
this?
right?
yeah, I can.
She doesn't have
Snoop
an
Dogg.
office. She travels
Right.
around. So
So
who are you to say go to the office?
this is
It's
this is
silly
what we
to
get.
me.
We get all of these Martha Stewarts, Elon Musks, Bill Gates, Zuckerbergs of the world who have absolute freedom, can do whatever the hell they want. They can go anywhere, be anywhere, do anything, and say, "Oh, look how productive I am."
Right.
You're telling me that Bill Gates can do all these different things, run all these nonprofits and Microsoft and all these other organizations, and he's traveling constantly. How many times do you think he goes into the office?
Right.
And is he more productive than, Billy Goodshoes, who is like the project manager that has to be in the office? It's total bullshit that you have to say that these people have to be in the office. Oh, well, they're not as productive when they're at home. Are you productive on your personal jet, Mr. Gates?
Right.
Martha's talking about how she's in bed. Are you not productive then? How did you build this like global brand then?
Exactly.
How'd you do it? By not
she
being in the
gave
office.
A contradicting interview
Right.
that was like, I can do the same things from my bed.
Of course you can. And then you have
So why
Elon
can't
who came
everybody
out.
else?
Right. And then you have Elon who comes out and he says, "Oh, it's immoral to say that the
That's kind of what she said too. She said America is going down the drain.
Oh, it's so stupid.
So dumb.
It doesn't make any sense. Oh, it's not moral to believe that you are higher than somebody else, that you can work from home. What are you doing, Musk? How often are
I
you
don't
in
believe
Twitter?
that. It's just again a privilege that
Yeah,
I
right.
get to. I
Right.
mean,
It's a benefit.
been there, done that.
And you have all these high earners, Uber earners, some of the richest people on the planet, super powerful people, saying you guys can't enjoy life the way that I enjoy it because you are a flat-brained individual, and the flat brains need to be in a building so they're reminded that they're working. Because how dare you lay in bed and watch Netflix all day and eat bonbons? That's not you. That's not what I'm paying you for.
Right.
It's so stupid. So it's like
Well, it's just like any of these celebrities that are coming out and saying like it's dumb. Like, well, number one, like I don't understand because that's
that's your entire
your
life.
job is
Right.
working on your phone.
Right. All of these
Not
celebrities.
saying they don't do work, but like
No, they are. If they're not in an
obviously
office.
they're doing some sort of work. If they're
How?
you know.
If
Yeah.
they're not in an office place, how are they getting anything done?
You're right.
You can't get anything done if you're just sitting in bed, Martha Stewart. How dare you?
Martha Stewart.
What an idiot. Martha Stewart.
You still like her, but
I don't. I've
No.
never liked Martha Stewart. I've never
she
understood
gives
it.
off like a vibe. So.
She's just like Sally Goodhome. Oh, she's fake. She's always been fake. She played this like Sally home do-gooder, and then turns out that she's a freaking criminal. And now she's coming out of jail and trying to act like she's some badass,
for a long time.
hanging out with Snoop Dogg. Well, yeah, she's been out for like what, 7 years, 8 years.
I don't know.
Now she's like, I'm best
don't
friends
know.
with Snoop Dogg. We smoke weed. I'm a gardener. Didn't she just do like some like Playboy fold or like?
Yeah, she was one of the on the cover. She was one of the covers.
Yeah. She is just.
Google that, Destiny.
She's an attention. She's an
Martha
attention
Stewart,
hog.
Centerfold.
All she wants all the attention. And so by her speaking up, it is a hot topic. I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't talk about AI next. That's all this is all these like
Jumping on
Twitter
the
experts who
bandwagon.
are going out there and they're like, oh, I know about Web3. By the way, what happened to all of the Web3 experts?
What is Web 3?
Web3 was this new possibility
point
of the
proven.
internet, right? And it was like, oh, look at all these things that we can do, NFTs and Web3 and all this. And you had all of these Twitter nobodies that were like, oh, Web3, I'm going to jump on. I'm a Web3 expert, you know? Just like you had all the crypto bros before that.
That's where you lose me.
And all these crypto people would jump online and be like, start their Twitter spaces or like post stuff. And they're like, oh, I'm a trading expert. And I'll tell you what the next, shit coin is that you need to invest in. And it's like, dude, you know nothing. You're just jumping on to the next trend. And AI is that right now. Everybody and their mom has this list of top 10 AIs that you need to download because I know I am Mr. Twitter 112 followers with an egg.
Did you see though? I think I sent it to the two of you. It was like the Photoshop AI, the new Photoshop
That
AI.
is badass.
It is
That's really
pretty cool.
But like you sending me an Instagram post doesn't make you an expert, right?
Sure.
But like some people really believe that. And you have these personalities like did you just exit?
No.
It's just you in the StreamYard?
No. Right here.
What? Okay.
Right here.
We're all recording still, right?
It's all right here.
Oh man, don't do that to me. So
We could have just started it back up. We pop back.
I know
and
it's
edit
Martha
them
Stewart.
together.
so pull back up the StreamYard real quick. We're using StreamYard to record. Okay. Whew, man.
This was a different
Look at
topic.
Roy. We
I
could
thought
have just
for sure-
restarted. I could have just popped it in.
I thought for sure she canceled it.
No.
Oh
That's a
my
different
gosh.
topic.
Wow.
That's
Right
fine.
here.
All right, back to mine.
We
What
did
was
do
I
a
saying?
whole episode once that like did not save.
It didn't, yeah. But Martha
Happens
Stewart
sometimes.
is basically grasping for attention. And she's like, this is a buzzy thing right now. I'm going to weigh into it. Pay attention to me, please. That's why she did the stupid Photoshop, or the photo shoot, rather. She's like, pay attention to me. I think she was like the oldest person to ever be on the cover, right? Wasn't that like a...
I think so.
Is that what it said?
Did you Google
I
that?
didn't really read it.
She did like a whole shoot. Was
Yeah,
it?
I see that.
Was it for Playboy?
She said, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But she's not nude.
No, she's in like a gold bathing suit.
Which is like, what is Playboy? You know? I thought Playboy was a nude magazine.
No.
So to do a shoot for Playboy,
Was it Playboy or Sports Illustrated?
Sports Illustrated.
Okay, there you
that
go.
makes a lot more sense.
There you go.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
That makes a lot
thank
more
God.
sense.
Is Playboy magazine even a thing, really? Then now,
I thought it was still a thing.
kind
I don't think
of.
it's as
I
popular.
think it's head. Is
It's
dead.
definitely not as big as it
Yeah.
once was.
Definitely not.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, she did this whole shoot, and it's like,
Sports
yeah, it's.
Illustrated.
But she is fading into oblivion. Nobody cares about Martha Stewart anymore, and so she's trying to
My
grasp for as
grandma
much.
cares.
Yeah, but
My
she's
grandma-
yes, she does. But no offense to your grandmother, Martha Stewart's fan base is dying,
Yeah, well.
Sure.
and so she's trying to grasp onto a younger fan base so she can appear
sense.
relevant.
Yeah, Sports Illustrated. She's right here. 2023 swimsuit.
Hey, now it came up. There you go.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Well,
Anyways,
good for
so
her,
that
I
her
guess,
whole
but-
take about I couldn't give two shits about what Martha Stewart thinks about remote work.
Right.
I don't care.
Yeah,
Shut
that's
up,
also a
Martha.
funny thing.
You
Like,
know?
well, do you, why?
Why are you speaking on this?
Yeah.
She
Exactly.
she's the AI Twitter crypto bro.
Well, any
of
celebrity.
work
really,
forever.
but
Right.
Again, why do I care?
Why
what
do
you
you,
think?
why do you
I
why are
don't.
you speaking?
I don't.
That's
care.
like Kim Kardashian. If she were to come out right now and tell,
Kardashian.
these are the AIs that you need to pay attention to, he'd be like, shut up, you know?
Yeah.
Like, who cares? Let somebody who actually understands the industry speak about it. Like, you'll never hear me really talk about crypto on this show, which is a tech.
Please don't.
I don't know anything about crypto. Like, I know what like Dogecoin is, right? And I
The dog.
invest. Like, I have money in crypto. In fact, crypto helped me buy this house, to be honest with you. But like, I am not a crypto like person. I don't know anything about
You're
it.
not a crypto king.
I'm not a crypto king. I'm not a crypto bro. Like, I don't know anything about it. So like, it wouldn't be in my best interests to even really vocalize or have an opinion on the matter, because
You'll
it
just
just makes
sound
me look
silly.
stupid.
Yeah.
And that's where Martha's at with this.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, oh, it's destroying America, says the woman who's never had an office in her entire life.
Sure. Not any time recently,
No,
anyways.
I doubt she's ever had an office. Why would she have ever needed an office?
You're right. I don't know.
I mean, maybe she did once upon a time with her studio or something like that. Maybe she had an office in her studio, like 30 years ago. It's just so stupid to hear all these people speak up. And then we did do a show on Kevin O'Leary's topic of it.
Yeah.
Which he was like,
We did.
we're
He's
not,
a huge proponent of
Right.
remote work.
because it saves money.
Proponent? He's a huge
Yeah, he's an
supporter.
advocate for sure.
advocate.
Where he's like, it saves my business money. Why the hell wouldn't I do this? They're
Yep.
just as productive. I get to save
Exactly.
money. You know why he's saying that? Because he is the investor. He doesn't have to,
Gets it.
like, I don't have to report to any type of board. I don't have to report to any shareholders to make them feel comfortable with all the things that I'm messing up, like Zuckerberg and Alphabet. And, you know, I don't know what Martha Stewart's problem is. I honestly don't know. I think she's just grasping for, like, clicks at this point, because the fact that I'm even talking about Martha Stewart in 2023 and she's not dead is totally crazy to me. So you can go to hell, Martha. I hope you listen to this. I hope this gets turned into a reel.
We end
tag
it before
her
it turns into a Roy's rant.
before it turns into a Roy's rant.
Well, anyways, thanks for joining, guys.
Yeah, right. Thanks for hanging out. Martha is DMing us at the moment. Screw you, Martha. I never liked Martha Stewart, though.
Cease and desist.
I never really understood the whole like about her. Like, I never got it. I still don't get it. And I wish she would shut up about tech and remote work. That's my
fair.
take. That's my 2 cents. Is there a
That's good.
summary on that article about Martha?
I think that
Did we even pull up the article about Martha?
we talked about what
Yeah.
for the minute you were in the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We didn't.
I mean,
pull
it's
it
really
out.
just those 2 bullet points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She contradicted herself.
Very much,
She's an
Pretty
idiot.
much.
She's probably high when she was doing the article.
You're right.
And then doing the interview.
Yeah, I think that was all.
From a remote location, she did an interview while
The
she was
very
Right.
definition of influencer.
right. Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was in? The people who are being influenced by Martha Stewart are not the ones remote working.
Oh no.
That's for sure.
Who is being influenced by Martha
I don't
Stewart?
know. They're like my grandma, exactly.
Right.
They're not
and,
even
and
working
your grandma's
anymore.
like,
They're
yeah, bring back America.
yeah, exactly. That's exactly.
Get
what
in
my
the
grandma-
office.
That's exactly what my grandma's saying.
Those lazy. My granddaughter, she is so lazy. She doesn't even. I don't even know
They
what
have
she
no-
does.
They don't understand what I do at all.
Yeah. Go to hell, Martha. Well, do we have any other articles? Is that all of them?
No. Just the 3.
What did
Just
you think?
3.
This is your second podcast.
Yeah.
right?
How do you feel
Yeah.
now?
I feel way better. My hands aren't clammy anymore.
She was like, my hands are so clammy. I'm so nervous.
Yeah, you'll start talking more. I feel like I didn't talk very much like my first podcast.
Well, every Thursday we'll do one with the 3 of
But
us
you
now.
talk a lot.
Yeah, I do. I've been told that
But you
I
know so much. I mean,
Yeah, okay, thanks. All right.
you do. So it makes sense.
I spent a good amount of time in the radio industry.
Yeah.
So like I can fill
Here.
time, you know?
Yeah.
Dead air is what they would refer to it as.
Sure.
Yeah.
I can talk about anything. I could talk about paint drying.
Yeah.
If we really wanted to do a whole episode about paint drying, I bet you I could fill a whole 30 45 minute slot on paint drying. It's just the gift of gab, which gets or long-winded is another way to say.
Yeah.
I'm a long-winded individual. Well, we'll have to do it again next Thursday. We'll record another 2
Next
episodes,
Thursday.
Yeah.
and which I'm going to do a Roy's rant. I owe you guys at least 2, and then Haley and I said that we would record another 1 or 2, and then we got a couple of interviews. I think I mentioned this on a previous podcast where Haley and I were guests on a podcast, and so that is the what is it? The Husband and Wife and Business and
Yeah.
Life, or Business Life of Husband and Wife podcast. A great couple out of Canada. They invited us on to talk about homeschooling, and we're going to have them on
So fun.
to talk about business working remote. They are like the definition of working remote. They own 8,000 acres in Canada.
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
Whoa.
crazy.
Hopefully it's okay.
Probably
Crazy, right? Yeah, hopefully it's not on fire right now. Yeah, that'd be awkward.
not. That'd be awkward.
Yeah, that would suck. And then we have a couple other coming up.
Yeah.
I have at least one other booked, and then we have Miles Kemp. You remember Miles?
Yeah.
Miles is gonna come on. He's gonna be in studio, so maybe we'll have to figure out a way to have 4 chairs for that episode, or maybe you
Yeah,
don't
have to
want to
get
be
rid
on
of
that
that.
one. Maybe
We can squeeze in the corner.
we can figure it
Yeah.
out.
Me and Cindy can sit over here together.
Yeah, you need like a little love seat
By
over
ourselves.
I
there.
think that
Yeah.
spins. We can pop another
It does
chair
spin.
in.
We can totally make it work.
Yeah.
But yeah, Miles is going to come on, and he'll be
Nice.
here for that one. Same with
He's
the other
great.
one. We had what's her name on. Man, I'm blanking on her name. We had her on, and she was local, and this time she's going to come in too. I'm
Is
totally
it Elena?
yes, Elena.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elena will be back
Cool.
on. Yeah.
Great.
So that's what we got coming up. Summer Fridays. Don't be afraid of them, guys. It's a good thing. You'll see your productivity go up. Just make sure you have a way to track your productivity so that you don't listen to idiots like Martha Stewart who doesn't know what they're talking about. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks to you guys who are listening on iTunes. This is like a large number on iTunes.
Yeah. The most.
Shout out to our Spotify listeners like me who are not Apple users, but iTunes, Spotify, basically wherever podcasts are found. You can go to goworkwherever.com, check out all of our podcasts, find all the information about the shows there. You can also go to YouTube at Capital Presence. We have the YouTube videos up there where we drop in like pictures. You can see our faces. You can see what Destiny looks like now that you she's new to the show.
Killing it.
She's killing it. Yeah, just out here. Yeah. Anything else? Is there anything else we need to
so.
mention?
No.
No, I don't
We did a
think
lot
so
of
either.
talking. How long was this one?
An hour.
An hour?
Yeah.
Man, that might be one of our longer episodes.
Can't wait to edit.
Yeah, how about that? Well, thanks for hanging out, guys. Until next time.
See
ya.
ya.
That's the end.
Yeah. Hey there! Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications for all the latest videos from Capital Presence.